Alright, so I got a joke for you guys.
Okay.
Alright. A dog walks into a forest. He sees a whale.
He sees a whale
He
in the
sees
forest?
a whale in the forest.
I fucking hate you.
And so he says to the whale, he looks at the whale, he goes, "Aren't you supposed to be in the ocean?" And the whale says, "Uh-huh." Alright, so with that, welcome to GLGT.
What?
Episode
What the
2.
fuck?
I fucking hate you.
That's it?
I
Yep,
absolutely
that's
I despise you.
What the fuck?
Hendrix
Okay.
gets the joke. And speaking of
I don't really get the
Hendrix,
joke.
yeah, it's okay. So, I'm your host Kyle, and Brosy with me is,
Clay, hello.
Hi, I'm Perry.
and
I'm Hendrix.
this is the world-renowned Kyle Hendrix. We all fucking hate him, and he's here so we can make fun of him.
He's
and
alright.
don't worry, he'll make fun of me too. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
shut up.
Y'all know
Shut
you
up.
love me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has whiskers. I just want to point that out.
Man, you got fucking like 2 dead rats hanging off.
This is where it's gonna go. It's just
This is
gonna,
this is
we're
this
just gonna
is
make
our
fun of each
class-
other for an hour.
This is our classic banter, Hendrix and I. So.
Yeah, we're best friends.
I'm going to start by saying that I've been sick for 10 years, and that's why I sound like shit.
You do sound like shit.
You always
I've
sound
been
like shit.
sick.
You look bloated too.
Wow. Holy shit, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, don't do it. Anyways, shout out to RJ. Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better. I had I had a fever last like this Monday, and it was so bad. I was dying, and I went to the urgent care yesterday, and I got my medicine.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you. I totally forgot that you were like about to die. I meant to ask you what was happening because you kept saying that you were like in the hospital. And I was like, but I like kept forgetting about it.
I wasn't in the hospital. No, I was in urgent care.
Okay.
It was just a glorified doctor's office.
Okay.
Just to get my medicine. So I got nasal spray.
Ew.
I got nose steroids, and it feels fucking
Dude, is your
good.
nose just fucking going
It's
crazy?
crazy.
It's getting
My
amped
face
up.
goes kind of numb when I do it.
It's like
I can't taste.
You got some good shit now, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, dude, you got that good
I got
nasal
the
spray,
Good
bro.
nasal spray. And I got like some fucking pills, like ibuprofen, and cough syrup. I chugged
Cough syrup? That's I think doesn't that fuck you up? Isn't that like what rappers
That's why
do?
I chugged some before I came here to be on edge.
Just fucking
Good
The
day.
best medicines.
on that
Right?
NyQuil.
Yeah. So.
That's why we're here.
All right, Kyle, tell me about yourself since this is your first time on the podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, why, thank you. I was supposed to be here for the first one, but I
No,
had
you
work.
weren't. We didn't want you here.
Well,
About that?
Yes.
I specifically remember
just
in the
gave me a
chat you
look.
were like, "Hey, dog, what are you doing on this day?" And I was like, "I gotta work."
That was just to hang out. I didn't want you on the podcast. Anyways, tell me about yourself.
I've known your ass for what, almost 8 years now.
What about my face?
What about
only
your
your ass.
Only my
Only your
ass.
ass.
yeah,
They've
just
known
your
each other
ass.
a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all started because we had the same first name.
You
And-
do? Oh shit! Wow, I just noticed that.
Yep. Anyway,
Anyways.
and we walked past each other. I walked towards the bus stop, and you walked with
Myself, I was alone.
No, you had
No, I was alone.
we can't name drop friends, so fucking
Fucking some guy.
Nah.
Dude.
glasses boy
Oh, yeah.
to school, right?
I was just walking with Charlie, right?
Glasses boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
glasses boy. You gonna name drop him? Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not talking shit about him. Like, I was just
Not-
walking to school with him.
He
know you
wears
want to.
glasses. What a fucking loser, dude.
Hey, dog, chill.
Fucking
I wear
force.
glasses.
I wear contacts. It's alright. They're just.
So do I.
That had nothing to do with yourself, though. That was just... Tell me
Contacts?
about yourself.
Huh? Okay, well, I'm starting from the beginning.
I don't give a fuck. Just tell me about yourself.
When I was born, it was a rainy day.
Yeah. It was at 8:36 p.m.
Oh, my God.
Nah,
This is why I didn't want you here.
you know you love me. I don't know. I cook in a restaurant. I go to college.
There we go.
I'm minoring in psychology. I plan to major in genetics, but if that goes fucking haywire, I'm just gonna turn my minor into my major and then probably just make business my minor. Got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
shit. And then
He punched me.
yeah, and then I don't know. I got a girlfriend finally after like fuck you. don't make me unleash shit now.
Yeah, dude,
You
it's too
don't
early.
want it.
It's too early to unleash
Yeah.
the Hulk, man.
Yeah,
Anyways, you have a loving girlfriend who loves you?
Yeah, it's almost 5 months now, so it's like it's still early in the
Really?
relationship. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you started seeing her around when I started seeing Bailey.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. There's a quick little summary. Unless
Alright.
you have any questions specifically.
No, that's it. That's all I want to know. All right, you can leave now.
Alright,
Get the
I'll-
fuck out of
I'll
here,
see y'all
man.
later, dude.
Oh my god.
So Clay,
That's me.
did something happen to you recently?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna save that story.
You want to save that?
I want to save the
Okay.
story for a little bit later on.
Okay,
Because
that's
I have reasons. I can explain it after.
Okay.
But right now, I just want to talk about this haircut that I just got. My experience at this fucking.
You got a haircut?
I got a haircut.
He's wearing a hat.
I'm wearing a hat, which can
Take it off for a second.
No,
Yeah.
which would
Oh,
that
no.
you can
That
deduce.
shit-
You can deduce what happened to me at this place. Why I'm wearing a fucking hat right now.
Hey, bro.
Just give me a minute. So the place I usually go to, I go there because there's always young girls there that like know what they're doing. So I'm like, all right,
He just wants
That's
to
not
stare
sexist
at their
at all.
ass while he's getting their
They're-
Misogynistic.
I- trust a woman more than a man to
That's
do my hair.
sexist.
Yeah, a
Wow,
little
what
bit.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel
No,
like
but
they-
like I can agree with that because like going out to barbershops with my dad when I was younger, they only know how to buzz cut
right.
hairstyles from like the 60s or just like bowl cuts.
I get my hair
right?
done by
Right.
a dude.
So like I stopped going to like barbershops. So like I always go to some place like a salon where it's
Yeah.
exclusively like all female workers.
So,
So I went there. One of the girls that I liked was there, but of course I didn't get her. I got some other lady that I never had before, and oh my god. So she starts off. She said, okay. First of all, she said okay like 20,000 times as she's doing. She's like, okay, okay. Like she didn't know. Like I was. She made me
jeez,
nervous.
dude.
Like she
Yeah.
made me really nervous. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? So when she would like comb my hair, she wouldn't just like comb it gently. She would like carve me like a turkey. Dude. Like she was like shoving it into my scalp, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. But she's like going in on me. I'm like, dude, my scalp is gonna hurt after this. Like, what's happening to me? And every time she would like finish up a side, she would go to something else, and she'd be like, oh wait. And then she would go back to the other side and like try to fix something. Usually when the other girl does it, she's done in like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's just like perfection. I'm like, all right, solid. But no, she just kept going back and forth, saying okay 1,000 times, making me nervous. And so afterwards, it didn't look that bad, but I couldn't really tell. My hair is fucked up, genuinely. Like it's just constantly like crazy. It's just shit. So I left. I put my hat on. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so I'll find out later if I'm like.
dude, come on, take it off. Take it off.
Dude, no,
Take
I'm
off.
not.
Why
I'm not.
don't
There's
you-
no visual like.
I know. I want to see it.
Why don't you
Maybe
request
after.
the specific hairstylist? Do you not know her name?
No, because she was busy. She already had somebody,
Then,
so I'm not
like,
gonna like
why
wait
don't you make,
around.
like, make an
But I feel like that
appointment
makes
ahead
you
of
look like an asshole, though, doesn't it? Like
No.
I don't want you. I want this girl. Like, I don't
Nah,
know.
it's
No,
like-
it just it
bro.
Nah,
makes.
it means that they've done a good job before, and you really like what they did.
First off,
But then
their boss, it shows
you have
that
to
they're
give me the
good.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I didn't know this woman, so this woman could have been the best
Could've been
hairstylist
there, yeah.
like in the tri-state area, dude. I have no idea. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and then
fucked it
she
And you
she
failed.
fucked me up, fam, and then it just got. So I'll find out later. I'll do an unboxing for you guys.
Please record it. We
After.
can put it.
We
on
can.
The channel.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so that's that. That's
Perry
it
had
for
a
that.
similar experience with the combing at our salon.
Someone just going to town on your
Oh,
head.
it was a lot. He was doing the whole shit. He had it was more than just combing too. It was like brushing, and then he was like doing like oils and shit. And he was beating my head, man.
Dude, beating
You know what's
my
funny
head.
is that same guy does my hair now, and he does it really well. It's kind of growing out right now, but
You guys go to like a fancy ass place though.
Yeah,
Like,
we
I
go
go
to-
to like a public fucking salon.
Yeah, I go to
dude.
Hoover 11 over there,
Yeah.
right? And it's just I just go in and then I come back out.
which store?
Nah.
Nothing.
Nah.
Sponsored by.
Sponsored by.
You know which one.
You just go to the whole plaza.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I go
I
up
usually
to
go to
random.
Walmart.
I
I think
go
I know
up to
which
random
place you're talking. I
strangers,
think I
and
know
I'm
what place
like
you're talking about.
right next to like the tuxedo place.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
what is it, like a GNC or some shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Some shit.
I've never been there, but I know where it is.
it's like right by Dunham's. Oh.
You said like he said a store. You said another store. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
know, but I said the sports store right next to that. Whatever.
Why? Okay. Anyways, dude, I've been thinking to myself a lot.
No one cares.
Fucking Christ! We're never gonna finish this podcast if you keep doing this.
Longer the better, right?
No, we are gonna do
Just aiming for an hour.
for an hour. Yeah, we are. That's our time. Anyways, you know, like I mentioned before, I have a lot of time at work to think, and I've been thinking to myself, you know, what's the best age to be? Because like
That's interesting. I was thinking about that like earlier today.
I feel like 18 is the best age. Because like when you're 16, you get a car. Well, you get a license. You're not guaranteed to get a car at that age, but it's like that, and you get a lot of restrictions. You can hardly even find a job at that age. It's really complicated to kind of grow up at the age of 16. 17, you're doing a little bit better, but you still have a little bit of restrictions. You can't do as much. When you're 18, you have no responsibilities. You can get good jobs. You can start getting good jobs. You know, you're free. That's the quote-unquote adult age.
That's like stereotypical 18. Like some people have either like, oh, I pay my car insurance, and some people do, you know, like their own phone bills for the parents. Like, you know, the parents work out deals. You know, maybe you got to pay rent if you're not going to college, etc. At that age, if you're still living with your parents. I feel the best age to be, because 18 starts that like early like emerging adulthood section from like 18 to like 25. That's like emerging adult, and then after that is your like early adulthood, like middle adulthood, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's probably the best, because at that point you already go through all of the stressful times of getting through.
So nothing's new.
You get through high school.
Surprising.
You go through college if you go. If you don't go to college, you know, maybe you're working at some place for an X amount of years, and you work your way up. You have a better paying job. You have the ability to not live with your parents anymore. You're at the peak of physical performance before you start deteriorating. And like it's that like settle down stage where
like
you can
25.
like kind of relax a bit. Yeah, like 25 to like 30. I'd say like around there.
What about you?
That's a good question. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just thought about that earlier because my friend mentioned that they always think that they're younger than they are. And I feel that way too. Like I'm 19, but I always think like, I'm like 17 years old. I just don't like think about it that much. But I feel like just early 20s is just a good place to be, because then you can buy alcohol, dude. Like that's the seller for me.
That's pretty good.
Kind of, but it's like you're still in that spot where you're like you could be living with your parents, and it's not that weird still, but like you still have some responsibilities. You have something you have to be working on in order to be seen as like a successful person. But I just feel like 18 is a little too young, because you still have that like impending doom feeling where you're like, oh shit, like, what the fuck's gonna happen next?
What if I don't do this?
Right, like, because it's like you have so many choices like presented to you, and you just like, okay, should I go to college? Should I be working? You know, it's like you don't know. It's hard to like make decisions at that age, because you're still kind of fucking stupid as well. Yeah, and it's like I just feel like it's easier to fuck up when you're like 18. I think.
Clay, you of all people know, that's arguable at any age, that you're always just gonna be stupid.
Well,
you deal with stupid people at your job every day.
Oh,
dude. And they're all varying age ranges.
They're always like in their 30s, and it's like, how the fuck have you made it this far, man? How do you like have a job and like pay bills and do your taxes, and you can't read a sign, bro? Like, I just don't fucking get it. It's like, how are you here? How have you not just been? I feel like, what's that called? Part of evolution where species die off because they fucking suck.
Natural
selection, thank you. I feel like natural selection should just pick off those idiots, but I feel like we've created. I'm gonna kill them.
Modern medicine has prevented that for
We've created like a society where we like save people that are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They don't need to be saved. Dude.
I'm in the hospital because I accidentally drank some bleach. Like, why did you think bleach was
right? And then everyone deserves to live. I don't want to get on. I don't want to look like some kind of.
Nah, bro. Let's have some consistency, man. I agree with that too. Darwinism. Sometimes people just need to fucking die. Because you got all these fucking idiots now. I mean,
I wouldn't say they need to die. They just need to like evolve and get better, or
that's
just fuck off. Yeah. Well, I just feel like it's fucked up to say people should die.
Well, you know, I mean, animals cross the road. Sometimes they make it. Sometimes they don't.
You know what animals piss me off?
All right.
Birds. Fuck birds. Okay, listen.
Shout out to birds.
Listen. Yeah. Whenever I'm driving like on a side street,
shut up.
A bird will fly directly in front of my car on the ground. What the fuck are you doing? You're a bird. Your whole
you should be up in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, your whole thing is to just fly away, up, go as high as you can. But you decide to fly directly into my fucking car, and then they die. And I'm like, it's not my fault. Like, I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I killed the bird, but there's nothing I could do. I'm not gonna swerve onto somebody's lawn to save your stupid fucking life because you made a mistake.
Birds got a fucking peanut
birds.
brain.
Fuck birds, dude.
Yeah, I just want to get that off my chest.
Fuck birds, but like, you ever hear about pigeon-directed missiles? Learn about this shit in psychology class.
What the fuck?
I shit you not. It was it was like operant conditioning. I don't remember the psychologist that did it. I should, because I like literally
It's your
just took an
class,
exam on it. But like, he trained pigeons to like peck at certain lights when when a light came on, it pecked and it got food, and it like learned that, right? And eventually, like, you know, after a series of tests and everything, and then they went to simulations of like showing an enemy, like say like warship, and then like the pigeon recognizes that, and in like its test trials beforehand, it would peck at that warship or like a friendly warship. If it pecked at the friendly one, no food. Pecked at the enemy one, food.
Oh shit, dude.
And then like in the simulations, it would have like the two like ships, right? And it would peck directly at the enemy ship, right? And because of the pecks, it would like guide the missile towards that one. So it's like pigeon directed missiles. But it never went through because they were like, who wants to trust a fucking pigeon?
I
Right.
would.
the
That's
missile?
fucking.
I mean, I
genius.
would
That's
too,
crazy.
but like at the same time,
They're gonna start pecking the fucking
Yeah.
friendly ships.
like it pecks the shit out of the glass, right? And like it guides it. It was cool. It was interesting to learn.
It just sounds like
Interesting.
I'm about to
starting
look
a
up the
pigeon uprising.
psychologist because I feel bad that I don't know
yeah,
this.
that's good.
Pigeon missiles.
Pigeon
missiles.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my
That's
next
scary.
book title.
Project Pigeon during World War II. Yeah. B.F. Skinner. That's what it
Dude,
was.
can we make a movie called that Project Pigeon? It'd be like G-Force.
I
but with
love
pigeons.
United States military operation names. They're
Like,
always
for example?
whack. Operation Paperclip, which
Yeah.
was the operation to steal German Nazi scientists for the space race.
Damn.
I don't know why
It
they
was
call it
called
paperclip.
Paperclip. It's
Like
so
I
stupid.
understand trying to be like, you know, like
Covert,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
fucking Paperclip.
yeah.
It was a cool program though.
Was it? Kidnapping people?
Well, we won the space race, didn't we? We got to the moon, right?
At what
Perry?
cost, Kyle? At what cost?
At what cost? Those scientists didn't kill anyone. They just made things that killed people.
They were against their will, right?
Some of them were.
They didn't even like speak English, so they were just like. Well,
No, they did.
Did they?
Werner
Oh.
von Braun spoke. Yeah, he was the head scientist for NASA, who made the Saturn V rocket, and most of our rockets.
Sweet.
I could talk endlessly about space race, but I won't.
Rockets,
Because it's
dude.
not common knowledge.
Yeah, you fucking idiots. You guys don't know as much about rockets as Kyle does.
I know lots about rockets.
I don't know a lot about anything.
Speaking of rockets, SpaceX actually just launched a rocket. I think it was Friday. That's pretty
Didn't you
cool.
retweet something about that? Or no?
Probably.
Like I could have swore I heard something about that.
Yeah, they had another successful launch. That's what they do. They've launched like 2 rockets in the past 2 weeks. Their turnaround time is the fastest in the industry. But they
Shout out
launched.
to NASA.
Shout out to SpaceX, not
Yeah,
NASA.
Not NASA.
Yeah, close
Idiot,
enough.
they're
Fuck
different.
NASA. No, NASA's cool. But
Close.
yeah, SpaceX launched 10 satellites on one rocket, 10 cube satellites, mini sats. And then the next one they went to the space station and brought supplies. So shout out to SpaceX. And then actually there was a French rocket that launched a couple days ago too, Ariane Space. So that's my rocket news for the day.
Rocket News.
Rocket news
Kyle
with
Ambrosi.
Kyle Ambrosi.
It's a weekly.
Dude, my nose is so fucked right now. I can't breathe.
I thought you had like
No, I took the nasal
steroids.
I took the nasal spray.
I think that's just cocaine. Nasal steroids? I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
just
I've
cocaine.
actually been snorting cocaine.
You've been talking to RJ.
Name dropping.
Hey, you said
Hey.
we ain't talking shit.
Man, what other,
Not
what
talking
other,
No,
about
listen, we can talk shit. We just can't use people's names when we talk shit.
Exactly.
what other
No, but we're not talking shit about it.
current events do we have?
I want to talk about our boy, Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider, here we go.
Dan Schneider.
Holy
Clay,
fuck,
expert
dude.
on
I mean, it's not even that big of a deal. It's just really
Footman
interesting.
Dan.
So if you don't know who Dan Schneider is,
should.
he was I don't know. I guess he's just the creator. I would assume.
He created shows for
Director,
All
whatever.
right, listen, I got knowledge on that if you want.
Do you?
Dan
Do you?
Schneider was like the head producer of like all of Nickelodeon's kids shows, pretty much.
live action shows.
Yeah.
Live action,
Like
for
Drake and
sure.
Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101, all that good
Like
stuff.
he literally had like a monopoly on this shit.
out to
It was
Victoria.
so much so that everybody at Nickelodeon knew about what Dan Schneider was doing. He was so notorious in Hollywood, but nobody could fuck with him because
Like a lot of guys. There's
Like-
a lot of guys like that.
yeah, Nickelodeon only just probably got rid of him because I mean, I don't know anything
He wasn't
about
producing anything good. Now,
Well-
cut it there, pair. What did Dan Schneider do?
He wasn't even really. He did a few things, but the main thing was just the foot thing.
That's the main thing.
That's
That's not even the criminal thing.
No, I mean, well, he didn't. I wouldn't say he did anything.
Bro, he
criminal
paid
except-
off actresses.
Do you want to talk about Jamie Lynn Spears?
What happened?
He's the father of her baby, dude.
That is. I don't think that's accurate.
That's completely true.
Really?
Look at pictures. That's completely true.
I don't believe.
I'm gonna
that.
show you. No, trust
Jamie
me.
Lynn Spears.
Yes.
You telling me
why
Dan
do you-
Schneider knocked up Jamie Lynn Spears?
Yes.
That's why Zoe 101 had to end.
Yeah, and
Really?
where did she go? For like 5 years, she disappeared. She left.
You think he fucked her?
Dude, you didn't know about that?
No, I actually had no idea about
Now,
that. Thank
it
you
may
for
not have
bringing
been
that to light.
consensual, but nonetheless. Hold on.
She's
She was still underage, though.
She's
Yeah.
not the only actress that
Yeah, no.
disappeared after working for him. Too.
No, there was that one in
Yeah, what the fuck was it?
that one show. And then also the Nickelodeon actress that went crazy on Twitter.
Amanda Bynes?
Yeah, because of her. It was the same show. One of the girls from that show disappeared.
From the Amanda show?
Yeah.
Disappeared?
Yeah.
What other girl are we talking about? Victoria Justice? What happened to her?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not talking about her.
Oh.
No, Victoria Justice. I mean, they just like touched her feet a lot.
Anyways, yeah, so that's what Dan Schneider did. Dan Schneider had a foot fetish, which, if you like feet, whatever, dude, that's your business. But he would, like, take pictures of the actress's feet and, like, post them on his social media. It was super fucking weird. And he got in trouble for it, and Nickelodeon basically just said, like, hey, we're not going to work with you, like, at all anymore. And apparently he got pissed. Like, they, like, were like, yeah, because he only had, like, one or two shows that were, like, still on air as of right now.
I mean, he
Yeah,
probably
like
didn't
what,
think
like
he was doing
Henry
anything
David?
wrong. by putting
yeah,
your feet
that
on there.
superhero show, and then that show with, like, the
No, he knew.
apps or whatever. The kids made, like, video games or some shit.
And also, Jeanette McCurdy was allegedly abused by him.
There's a lot
Now,
of
keep in mind,
actresses
most of these are all allegations. Like,
No,
he
they've directly called him out.
called him out.
Yeah,
There's still
but
allegations.
but you know,
Nothing is 100% confirmed. So he's still innocent until proven guilty. But
have you
the
seen the picture?
evidence
Dude,
is
there's a picture of that guy and
insane.
Ariana Grande. Holy fuck! I think I sent it to you guys. That picture is fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah, where
he's just like
sitting
he's like
next to her.
on her neck, dude. Oh my god.
Hold on.
You really think?
No,
Was
hold
is
on.
that like a proven thing though? Like, did they do a DNA test, or are you guys just fucking?
No,
with
there
me?
was no DNA test. It's just like,
People are like saying this is true.
well, yeah. I mean, they were super close. Oh, this is the picture I saw. Tell me they don't look exactly the
Oh,
same.
dude, that fucks me up.
That's look at
Look at his face,
look at
bro.
that. Yeah, he's so creepy.
Oh no. Yeah.
Anyways, if y'all want to keep up on what we're talking about, just look up
Dan Schneider.
Jamie Lynn Spears, and Dan Schneider.
Also,
baby.
I heard rumors that Dan Schneider owned on the dark web. There's like, I forget which website it was on the dark web, but he owned like a whole section of like adult related things. It was like adult related website.
He owned them.
He owned like
Were
the,
they,
the
like,
domain of the website.
Were they like fucked up things or just like
Yeah,
porn?
it was like everything that was like, you could possibly think of. He owned a whole section
Wow.
and made money off of that too.
Jesus fuck, man.
Yeah, Dan Schneider, everybody.
Touch his kids.
Gotta love fucked up guys in Hollywood. man.
Allegedly.
There's so many of them too. It's getting like. I mean,
yeah,
obviously,
I mean-
it's been happening since the dawn of time.
yeah.
Though. It's just only now being brought to light, and thankfully it is because
Yeah, it's a huge deal. It's a huge problem. But hopefully, more people get called out with that.
hopefully Hollywood's just taken over by normal fucking people. that-
Yeah, we could all wish. We could say that about
Yeah,
like anything. Hopefully,
it's human
things
nature to
get
be
normal.
fucked up.
On another note, I mentioned I was sick at the start of the podcast. I got sent home from work, and to get medicine, and I was driving around. I was at 11 in Van Dyke, and there was a fucking rabid dog just walking in the middle of the road.
Sweet.
And I was like,
What
huh?
are you doing here, Holmes?
I was like, that's not a sidewalk. And
that was your concern.
Yeah, I was like,
Get on the
it's not-
sidewalk, rabid dog. What
Yeah,
the fuck are you doing?
I don't think he was rabid, but
Okay.
stray
okay.
dog.
So I was in my car. I was not in my car. I was in my grandpa's car because my car's fucking stupid. And
Did you come in your car?
nope.
Ew, why would you do that? You
have
came in your
before.
car?
Not like fucking.
Anyways, so I'm sitting in the Jeep, and I'm at a red light, and this dog on the other side. I'm on the bridge, and on the other side of the light, there's just this dog walking, pattering across the concrete in front of all these cars. And like I said, luckily it was a red light, so this dog wasn't like dying. And then he started crossing to the other side where the cars weren't parked. So like the side I'm on, the right side of the road. And the semi was turning, and the dog kind of like waited for it, and the semi just goes by, and then the light turned green. And this dog is just in the middle of the right side of the road, and I'm like, well, I have to fucking do something. I started like driving towards it really slowly to see if it like scare him away. But nobody was going because like they knew this dog was gonna fucking get hit.
Yeah.
And so I put my car in park, put my hazards on, and I got out. And I'm like, hey, dude. And I looked. It was like it looked like a pit bull mix.
Okay.
And I was already fucking scared. It was a giant dog.
What, like a bulldog and a pit bull mix? You thinking?
I don't know, dude. It was just a pit bull mix. It was a.
Why
a big
don't
boy.
you know the?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know the
genetics
fucking
of this dog.
dog. Anyways, I get out of the car. I'm looking at him. I'm like, hey, dude. And he's looking at me, and his mouth was foaming. I'm like, I'm going to fucking die. This is my...
Like, all right, take care. I'm going to get out of here.
So I was like, go away. Actually, that's not I tried
get.
I tried to get him. My grandpa's Jeep is equipped with dog equipment. Like, it's a dog car, dude.
Yeah, you
Perry
ever
knows
look
what I'm
inside
talking.
of
You
it?
seen
All the
the Jeep?
hair
Yeah.
everywhere.
The
Oh,
dog-
yeah.
My grandpa's
It
dog.
just smells like dog. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was dog
Yeah, it smells
equipment
like wet
inside.
dog.
Well, yeah, there's like leashes and shit too.
Oh, okay.
And so I was gonna get him in the Jeep to get him out of the middle of the road.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're right, dude.
I needed to clear the road, dude. So I'm like walking towards him. I'm like, hey, dude, what's up, little boy?
What's up? What's up? Never say
homie?
that again.
What's up, little boy? So he notices me walking towards him, and he gets scared, and he just fucking starts trotting. He didn't even run. He just trotted away back to the sidewalk, and I was like, that's all I'm doing. I'm not chasing him because the Jeep was still in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah.
So I got in the Jeep, and luckily a cop was right there, and he just started following the dog.
That's good.
The dog went down the service drive. But so yeah, that was my my Tuesday.
That reminded me of the time I found that cat.
Oh no! Tell this story.
Should I tell
I'm ready.
that
Yep,
story?
you have
Oh
to.
man, that story was so fucked up.
That story was amazing.
Oh my god. So, how long ago was this? A few months?
It was a couple months
while
ago.
So, I don't even know. I think I was coming here, actually. I was on my way here, and I was minding my P's and Q's, and I noticed, a black kitten just on the side of the road, like, by a sewer drain. And it was just, like, sitting there. There's cars, like, this close to it, like, a foot away from it. Okay, fuck, I gotta get this cat. He was like, I don't know. In my mind, I was like, oh, man, I can, like, save this cat and, like, rescue it and nurture it. It could be, like, my homeboy,
your
right?
mother to it, yeah.
Not the case, dude. Not even a little bit. So I pull over in a parking lot. I run over to where the cat is. Cat sees me, jumps up, fucking runs. Okay, this is by a bridge. A bridge above, what do you call that?
The highway.
Yeah. But isn't there a word for those types of bridges? The overpass? Yeah.
Yeah.
An overpass. So the cat kind of runs over, jumps on top of the ledge of this bridge, and I'm like, dude, no, like, I'm gonna save you, dude. It's okay. And he sees me, he, like, opens his mouth all weird and, like, starts twitching, and just fucking jumps off the bridge, and I didn't see what happened to it. It just fucking launched. I'm like, dude, oh no. So I'm just kind of standing there. I didn't know what to think at that moment. Like, this
killed the
cat
kitten.
could be dead.
Yeah.
It probably...
Dude, from that height, that's
Yeah.
gotta
It
be a
probably
15-foot
died, but-
drop.
I hope it landed on its feet.
But then,
know what,
a couple weeks later, my uncle mentioned something about seeing a little cat, like, in that area of the highway next to, like, the bushes, and he was like, he wanted to go save it. So I'm assuming that was the same cat, hopefully. Hopefully that cat didn't just meet its utter demise because
of you.
because I fucked with it. So, yeah.
Did I ever tell you I caught a seagull?
What the fuck?
No.
You never even told me that.
You sure?
Yeah.
I could have swore I told you I caught a seagull before. I was 3, right?
Oh my god.
I was fishing
wow.
with my dad, my uncle, and my cousin, and I didn't have my own fishing pole, right? So I had my my older cousin Paige's fishing pole, fucking long ass pink fishing pole, and like I'm 3, so like my muscle mass consists of bone and skin, so like I already had a hard time like holding this fucking thing, and we're at a river over by where my uncle's house is, and we're just casting into it, just catching fish, throwing them back. And I had a worm on the end of my hook, and I went to cast that bitch out. And
Did you catch the seagull on the hook?
the seagull swooped down and gobbled that fucking hook up with the worm.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
holding on to it, right? 3-year-old me with this big ass pink pole, just like ah, like catching the seagull, right? And this seagull's going and like dying, right, trying to like flap away.
Wait, what was the seagull
was that
doing?
noise?
Can you do that?
No, all right.
Holy shit.
And I'm sitting here, my family don't notice this at first, right?
No!
my dad was at the fucking cooler grabbing a beer. My uncle's like fucking around with my cousin, like, cause he, like trying to get a fish off the hook with him, right? So I'm just sitting here like shouting for help. The seagull at the other end, right?
Okay, shut up, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle, shut the fuck up!
Nah, and they turn around, and then instantaneously they both start booking it towards me, right? And they get to it, they grab the pole from me, and they're like reeling this shit in against this seagull, right? And this seagull's flapping with like the force of fucking Thor, trying to get away. And they struggle for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes trying to reel the seagull back in without snapping the line and having like, you know, the hook stuck in its beak. Mm-hmm. And they managed to pull it in. And my uncle held onto its wings so it couldn't flap away, while my dad's fucking with its mouth trying to get the hook out of it. And that shit was like lodged in there, and like my dad's hands are bleeding, the seagull's mouth's bleeding, and shit. But they've managed to get the seagull free, and like eventually it stopped fighting like mid through it because they were like, you know, like it either got tired or it was like, I'm gonna die. This is it,
this
right?
Is it.
Yeah. So and eventually it stopped and they let it go, and like the seagull like sits and like looks at us and then just like caws and then flaps away again.
That was his thank you.
I hope so, but like that shit was bleeding all over the place, and like my dad had like a bunch of like cuts and shit on his fingers. And then, you know, I'm looking at him, and I was like, sorry, Dad. And he's like, it's not your fault the fucking dumbass bird caught the fucking hook. And I was like, yeah, I was like, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seagulls are relentless, dude.
Seagulls are fucking stupid.
You know what I always wanted to do? Have you ever seen that video of the people that would take laxatives and put it in a bunch of like fries and shit at the beach, and they would just spread it out everywhere? And the seagulls would eat it, and then the birds would just shit out everybody for like an hour. Dude, I've always wanted to do that. Oh man, it's so funny. Cause like it's shitty to obviously, you know, to get fucking pooped on by a bird. But it's kind of like a victimless prank though. Like it doesn't really hurt anybody. So I always wanted to do that.
You tell me if you got shat on by a bird, you wouldn't be infuriated.
Oh no, I'd be pissed. But like I'm saying, they wouldn't. Nobody's getting hurt. Dude.
Man, what if some shit landed in someone's eye? And they're hurting.
In one of the
now they're like, I got shit in my eye. This shit stings.
In one of the parts of the video, a bird's just like directly on a baby's face. Like directly on the baby's face. Yeah. This summer, let's do that. Can we do that? Let's go to the beach.
We can record.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, that'd be.
As long as we don't stay at that part of the beach for the rest of the time.
We had to go. They went like half a mile and just like zoomed in on all this shit happening.
Oh my god.
We can go to Stony.
Hell yeah.
That's terrible. I was speaking of shitty animals, not actually poopy animals, but I was driving home from Bailey's one night in the Celica. I think it was the Celica or the Impala, and there was just a possum. Just walking across the road, meandering, and I didn't realize it, man. And I was like, "What is that?" Fucking railed that poor possum.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, it was terrible.
No,
I was like, no, I'm like, oh no. And I texted Bailey. I'm like, I just want to kill a possum.
That sucks.
Barry, you remember the time in the Geo when I ran over a dead raccoon? We were picking up Emily.
I mean, barely.
Because it was in the middle of the road, and my Geo was the lowest car on the planet. Like, that shit
never
was a
mind.
lowrider. Yeah. And I was like, I think I could make it, because I wasn't going to swerve to avoid this. It was in the middle of the road, so I was like, I'll just drive over it. And then I didn't drive over it, and then I drove into it, because my car sucked. And it was like, and I'm like, all right, well, that didn't work at all.
My grandparents hit a cow before.
Holy shit.
What?
My grandpa hit a deer.
They hit a cow before.
That's true.
Did it like
They
die?
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. That cow was dead as fuck.
Oh my god.
They were going up north to visit some more of my family, right? And they do it every year. And they had this big ass like Ford truck, right? And it was nighttime, like because they left home a little late to go up there. So you know it's dark out. They got their lights on. They got their brights on too. You know, just because you know there's no other cars in the fucking middle of nowhere going up, right? And like some cow came like sprinting out of the woods, and like last second they didn't see it right until like impact. And
fucked their car up real bad, I bet.
Yeah.
Like just totaled it, right?
The car got fucked, but like
They got fucked?
no,
dude, everyone got fucked.
And they were telling me, they were like, yeah, we called up, my family members, so because they weren't that far away, to like come and help, right? Mm-hmm. And they were telling me like that cow, just like there was blood all over the truck, and like God. They hit the cow and like shit. From the cow, it like erupted out of its anus.
Oh my god, dude! It's like instantly.
And like just splattered the side of the car. Like the whole like left side, driver's side, was just like shit, just just like manure.
What do you
dog.
even do with your car at that point? You're like, dude,
Just get rid of it.
just fucking
I don't
push
know
it into
what
a lake. We're done with this thing,
I don't know
man.
what they did, but like, because there was a farm over there, so that's where the cow came from, and like it
Right.
must have like escaped like the barn or some shit. So like and my family members knew that farmer, right? And like so like it's like late as shit, and they're knocking on their farmer's door, and they're like, "Yeah, we just hit your cow, right?
Hey, man, your cow's fucked up. I'm sorry. Come get your cow, boss.
Yeah." Luckily, my grandparents didn't get hurt like at all. I don't know how.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Because
pretty
like it's a
spectacular.
fucking cow, but it was one of those farms where like it was like an organic farm, so like the cow wasn't like as big as like you'd expect it to be
Okay.
from like other farms. So like it was still big. It still fucked the car up, but it wasn't.
Right, it's still a fucking
It could have been
cow.
worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but like that cow was just dead as shit.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't hit a car at all. I mean, a cat,
Yeah.
an animal at all since I've
never
started
hit an
driving.
animal.
Well, you haven't been driving as long as us.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm
You-
saying,
When,
but, like-
you got yours in November, right?
I don't know. I took a photo of the fucking certificate. Hold on.
I never hit an animal before either.
Either. I've gotten so close to hitting so many deers, though. I
I've
remember
almost
one
hit a
time,
couple of squirrels. That's about it.
Fuck squirrels.
The car right in front of me hit a deer. It was like a baby deer, too, and that fucker, like, flew, like, in the air, dude. Like, just whoosh. Fucking took to the sky. It was so fucked up. I was on my way to the mall. And all of a
The
sudden,
mall.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Dude, this deer was just like, it was 14 Van
Oh my
Dyke,
God.
just fucking chilling there. Just gets clipped and just starts, it flips.
Dude, I saw that same fucking deer at the same place. I
Really?
just didn't. Yeah, I was just chilling out there.
Was it like on the side of the road, just
Yeah.
like, fuck, yeah.
He was
'cause
just hanging out.
Yeah, it landed there, dude. It started off somewhere completely different.
December.
Yeah, December 14th. I think. Hold on, let me double check.
Anyways, animals are no. I'm.
Anyways, yeah.
Gave me a look.
Watch out for our Animalia friends.
Yeah.
Anime friends, watch out for them.
Anime.
Yeah, oh jeez, watch out for him.
Yeah, if
Don't
your
hit your,
friends like
don't
anime,
wanna hit your friend's waifu.
Your wife
dangerous.
was trash.
I haven't watched an anime in a very long time.
Yeah.
I finished Super. She
Oh
was so
god,
good.
this is
Don't
it.
know what that is.
This the
Dragon Ball
downfall of
Z?
the podcast.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super.
We could talk about.
man.
We could talk about everything.
That shit
bro.
was so good. I won't iterate on it.
I'm sure
though.
Dragon Ball's a respectable one.
I
Just-
mean,
you don't think so?
I cannot
I've
get
always.
into it.
I've liked it
Perry, you have
because
whack
it's like
taste, though.
Yeah,
I have
Perry's
family
taste-
members
What?
that really like it,
Perry's
and
tasting
then it's
anything.
also
We're
like
interrupting
it's like
Kyle.
it's like a childhood thing too.
He's been
So-
over here talking. You guys are
Yeah,
having
no,
a
I
little
don't care. I'll talk right through it.
Listening.
It's a childhood thing. I've got family members that like that are a bit older than me and even younger than me, and then it's like, and then just like Dragon Ball Super. I don't know. It's like reliving.
Super is the
it's
newer
like
one, right?
yeah, it's like reliving like the childhood moments of like it's like, oh yeah, Goku beat the shit out of this fucker, saving his friends, right? And it's like this time he's saving the whole universe from getting
Yeah.
erased.
There are respectable ones out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not saying it's a bad medium, but I just don't watch it.
Yeah. My favorite anime of all time. It's so
Totoro.
bad. Do you remember Sergeant Frog, Perry?
Oh my god.
Fucking
Dude, I
Sergeant
fucking
Frog.
loved that show. That show was so fucking
Wait,
good.
hold on. Is that like a Japanese? Like it was like a bunch of little frogs.
Yeah, they're alien frogs.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Dude,
but
that
never
sh-
mind.
I
Yeah,
fucking love that
I,
show.
I remember when I was younger, I used to watch like the subtitled like Japanese ones on like YouTube,
Yeah.
and I watched like all 300 some episodes of that shit.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Shout out Sergeant Frog. Check
Hell
it
yeah.
out.
I didn't even know it was called Sergeant Frog.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the name of it. I was trying to look for it like a year ago to like watch it again.
They're all on
couldn't
YouTube.
find
I'm pretty sure I watched all of them on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I watched them all.
Yeah.
My family looked at me and was like, "What kind of Japanese shit is this?" And I was
Dude,
like,
what
"Don't
the
worry
fuck you
about it."
watching? But the thing is, it kind of looked like it was for kids, but it really wasn't. Like it was,
Yeah.
really, it had like it was dirty. It was like
yeah,
fucked
it had
up.
adult content
You know
in
what
it,
else
but like
is
it
like
was
that, man? It's Warriors. Shout out to
What?
Warriors.
the
Oh,
book
the
series.
books?
The books, yeah, man.
That's-
for kids, but not because it's violent.
That was one of my to this day one of my favorite book series. I never even got that deep into it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
you're
into
the one who was
I got-
the only other person that liked it with me.
I got into the second
I
like,
just roast
series
you
and I
for it.
Yeah,
stopped.
fuck you.
No, that was cool. Warriors was
Yeah, good. Fuck you.
Firestar.
Dude, Firestar died. No, I'm spoiling.
Yeah, I didn't even know Firestar died until you. I didn't even. We were
The book series has been out for like 7 years.
Fuck you, listen.
Alright.
Before we were friends, I had you on Facebook.
Wait,
this is like
longer than 7 years.
yeah, way longer than that. But anyways, before we were friends, I had you on Facebook, and you drew a picture of Firestar that said "R.I.P. Firestar," and I was still reading the books at the time because I was like 12 years old, and I was like, "Kyle Ambrose can go
spoiled
fuck
it.
himself, dude." I didn't even know you. I knew you were Perry's little brother. I'm like, man, fuck this kid. I hate this kid. I had no idea.
Dude,
I was
do you know
so
how
pissed.
he died?
No, I don't know.
Do you want me to tell
spoilers. Don't say it.
you? Okay, it came out. That book came out like 7 years ago.
Nah, go ahead. I don't give
Is
a
it
shit.
fucked up? Is it gonna make
It
you
is.
sad?
It is really fucked up, man.
Wasn't he
It
like
was,
tortured or something?
what? No.
Or which one am I thinking? You
So
said
they
it was
put him
like
in a
That was
tortured
in
and
Tiger
all.
Star who got fucking
Okay.
gutted like a fish, dude.
Sick.
Speaking of,
9 times.
yeah, he died.
Dude, this is
9
getting
times
so lame.
Dude, you're
Fucking
talking about
book
these
about
cats.
cats. So fucking metal, bro.
No, after I tell this part, we're
right.
done talking about warriors. But in the last book series, in modern day clans, pretty much Firestar and Tiger Star got into a battle, and they killed each other.
Oh, I think you did tell me that.
Yeah, because Tiger Star was
That's sad.
part of the Dark Forest, bro. He was a ghost cat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hate.
Yeah, I didn't
And
even
then they
get
killed
to
each
that.
other. It was brutal.
That was that the second series or
That was the 5th.
the 5th series?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I no fucking way would I've ever even known Firestar died. I would never have gotten that far in those.
Dude, I
books.
got that far.
No
that
way.
fucking shit was awesome. Anyways, on to better things, bigger and better things.
Should I tell my story now.
You should tell your story
Tell my
now.
story now.
You should tell your story.
It's. I'm gonna try to cut it up because it's kind of long, but
now. Okay.
it'll. All
Give
the
us
I
a
feel like
summary.
I feel like the no because I feel like the details make it important, so you know what the fuck I was going through last night. So start off. Okay, I want to start off by saying I'm not. This is people are gonna remain anonymous because of reasons, but and if she knows that we have a podcast, so if she's listening to this right now, I'm so sorry, but you have to know that for the sake of comedy, this story
It's
had
gotta be told.
It's
gotta be
you have to understand from my perspective and the perspective of other people, this is pretty fucking hilarious. So just
With that,
take it with a grain of salt. So last night, got off work at around midnight, and this girl's texted me. She wanted me to come over and hang out with her. So I was kind of iffy about it at first, because I was like, I just got off work. I just kind of want to go home and sleep, but whatever. She was kind of like guilt tripping me about it. And if you don't know me, the easy way to get me to do anything is either be a female and make me feel bad, or get me drunk and call me a pussy. That's if you want to get me to do anything, that's the best way to do it.
Come on, dude. Don't be a pussy. All right, I'm fucking.
All right, fuck you, man. I'll do it. Anyways, I'm
Hey,
21.
dog. That's my
So she told me to come over. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come over there. But I was really hungry, so I had to go to McDonald's. So I'm going to McDonald's. First of all, fuck McDonald's. I
Yeah.
hate fuck McDonald's with every fiber of my being. I
shout out
hate
to
them.
McDonald's.
So I'm at the drive-thru. I was at the drive-thru for like 40 minutes, but that's besides the point. So I finally get to this girl's house. I text her like, "Hey, I'm here," and she's like, "All right, hold on a minute. Give me like a few minutes." And my mom is crying, and I'm like, "Okay." So I'm just gonna eat in my car then and like let you deal with whatever. She's like, "Okay." So at this moment, after she tells me this, I hear this like loud crash like outside my car, and it scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It sounded like someone like smacked my window like on my car. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I look out there, I didn't see anybody, so I thought it was her at first. And so I just am like, all right, whatever. And then all of a sudden, this truck next to me starts up and just fucking peels away like fast as I was like, grrr! I'm like, dude, what the hell? It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? So a few more minutes pass, and the girl's like, all right, like it's cool, like you can come in here now. So I'm like, all right. And I don't really like just walking into people's houses,
Yeah.
like unless you live by yourself and you don't live with your family, or like we're that close and your family knows me well enough. I'm not just gonna walk in your house. So I knock on the door, and this girl's mom is like, I don't even want to do an impression of her, but she's just like, who is it? Like this lady's like distraught, man. She's not in a good place right now. So I'm like, oh fuck. So I didn't say anything at first, assuming that this girl would like know that I'm there because
Yeah,
there's
get
knocking
the
on the
door.
door, and her mom's like saying, who is it? That wasn't the case. Why would that happen? So I didn't say anything. And then she says it again. Now she's even more pissed. She's like, who is it? And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, it's Clay. I'm like, I don't know if that even means anything to you. Like, you don't know my name. And so she opens the door and she's like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, does she know that you're supposed to be here? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I think so. She just told me to come in. She's like, oh, well, she's sleeping right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, she's not. Like, what is going on? She's like, all right, whatever. So she shows me like to her room. I go in this girl's room. And I thought that was weird too. I don't like being like led by someone's mom into someone's room. Like that's kind of fucking weird, but whatever. So I go in her room and this girl's like half asleep and she's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, my stepdad just got into a fight, but she thought that her mom was yelling at me. Like not her mom or stepdad were arguing. She thought her mom was yelling at me. So I'm like, what the fuck? You thought that I came in your house and your mom was screaming at me and you decided to just, just leave me to it. Like, all right, it's fine. He'll figure it out. I'm like, all right, that's solid, but
I think I know who you're talking about.
maybe. Anyways, so
that's a good sign.
Yeah,
so that's a good sign. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I still have my food. I'm hungry. So so I go in there and she's like, all right. I'm in there for like 10 seconds, and her mom's like screaming at her to come into the living room. And so she's like, all right. So she goes out in the living room, and I'm just like chilling. I turn my phone flashlight on because it's like pitch black in this girl's room. And she comes back in the room, and she's like, turn the light off right now, turn the light off. I'm like, what? Like, why? She's like, be quiet, don't say anything, like, stay here. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like, what is about to happen to me right now? And so I'm just standing there, and I just hear like some murmurs going out, like in the living room. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to make myself comfortable. Like, I'm fucking hungry. I'm just going to sit here and eat my food. She comes back into the room, and she's, like, whispering to me, but I couldn't understand the fucking words she's saying. She's like, I'm like, dude, what? And I said it kind of loud. She's like, shh, like, be quiet. Like, so you have to get out of here. You have to leave right now. Like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? I said, okay, so right now, you have to just get up, and you have to be really quiet, and you have to run right to the front door.
Dude, she has windows in the room.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
hop
out the window.
No. There's a bed in front of him, dude. There's
no. There's okay.
Anyways, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm about to like step out of this bedroom
And get shot.
and some guy's gonna see me, and he's just gonna be like, I don't know this fucking kid, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. So I'm like, I have to sneak out of your house right now? She's like, yeah, just go. And I'm like, motherfucker, dude. So I grab all my shit, and I just booked it towards the front door. And I slammed the door hard as shit. I ran to my car. I'm like, I'm getting out of here, bro. And I drove home, and that was the end of that. And I was pretty pissed because she doesn't live that close. She lives like 15 minutes away. No. So I drove all the way out there, went to a McDonald's for 40 minutes. Then got the shit scared out of me for like 5 minutes, and then I just went home, and I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have fucking went anywhere today. I just wanted to stay home, play some video games, but that's the end of that.
That's
good for you, bro.
That's a story.
They're gonna have that story forever.
And like I said, if she's listening to this,
yeah, sorry, but that was a good story.
Man, you know what? Actually, you got me thinking about a similar experience. Not nearly as scary, but maybe just as traumatizing.
Okay.
I was in 7th grade. I was going over my crush's house.
Do I know who this is?
You should.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I only had one crush.
I think it was
Yeah.
Crush in
But
7th
anyway,
grade.
so
And if I know who it is, then you should.
Alright, so anyway, I go over there. I'm super excited. I'm amped up. I'm having a good time already. And I get there, and I was in her room with her for like a long time. We were chilling. And her mom, it was just late enough where her mom's making dinner. And she offers me something. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I just like noodles. Just plain noodles. And if you got ketchup, I like ketchup on my noodles. We're not fighting about that right now, but that's what I like.
I was just about to say, hold on.
So, anyway.
Freak! I'm kidding.
Oh my god, you're gonna blow out the fucking speaker.
I'm
Stop.
pissed.
Don't.
So, damn, I've just had that fight too many times. But anyway, so she makes my fucking noodles, gives me some noodles with ketchup on it, and I'm like, hell yeah, bro. I'm about to be slamming these bitches right now. So I'm sitting on her bed still, and I'm eating the noodles, and she's doing whatever she was doing. I think she was doing homework. And then I realized something. I'm like, man, I'm not that hungry, bro. I was like, fuck.
So I want these ketchupy noodles.
So I got half a bowl of ketchup noodles. And I'm like, hey man, you want some of these? She's like, yeah, I'll have some. That's all right. So I'll give her the noodles. I'm like, all right, that was a close call, bro. Her mom comes into her room, sees her eating my noodles.
Dude, I know this. I remember this story, bro.
Her mom sees her eating my noodles, and she's like, what are you doing? Those are for Barry. And she just loses her shit. And I'm sitting there. I was so young and insecure, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't about to stick up for my friend. I'm like, ooh. So I'm sitting there in dead silence. And my crush is sitting there in dead silence. And our mom's just going off. And I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Oh, what did I do? And so she, like, gives me the noodles back. But, we were hungry.
Like, oh, shit.
We were both in on it, but neither of us said anything. Because her mom just, the way she reacted was so, like, out of nowhere, Like, what are you supposed to say? Like,
Yeah, like, oh no,
no, they were just so shitty. I didn't want them anymore.
right? Like, oh man, it was rough. It was one of the most traumatizing times of my youth, I think. But
Being 12 years old, man, everything's just so scary, especially adults, man.
Because you're blissfully innocent. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you don't understand the inner workings of like why adults are pissed.
Right. You're
So
like,
it's-
dude, like, why are you yelling at me, dude? I didn't do anything.
I just want some noodles.
Oh my god.
he
That's
didn't
rough.
want noodles.
like, yeah, I already had like half the fucking bowl. I was like, all right, man, there's too many of these. Like, I was just being nice. I was sharing them, you know.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
And when your
As
mom
fuck.
came in, she was like,
I'm just thinking
fuck you for sharing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, being at your friend's house when their parents just start screaming at them is always just the most awkward shit.
That's
ever.
why I love going to Hendrix's house. Every
My
time I
parents
go
just
there,
roast
his
me.
parents yell at him, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
They don't really yell, but
Nah, they don't yell.
when
They just, like,
Can
make
I tell
it
the
fun of
story
me.
about when we were?
Which
when
one?
we were-
There's a lot of
Bike
them.
ride one. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know it's fun. Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
we were like freshmen. We were in high school.
Yeah, we were. It was freshman year, like 8th grade or some shit. Like at the end
Nah,
of
it
8th
was
grade or like
freshman year.
freshman year, something like that.
It was the summer. It was definitely
Yeah.
in the summer. So it was
So
probably
it was,
the
like,
summer
going
between
into
going
freshman
into
year.
freshman year.
Yeah.
And before we had a car, Hendrix and I were very active. And now we're just lazy pieces of shit.
Yeah, we used to walk
to
around.
walk
We used to bike everywhere.
Bike everywhere. So we were biking.
Motherfucking longboarded every now and then.
Yeah,
Took his
I had a
fucking.
longboard.
Yeah.
But so I was bored. It was about 8 o'clock.
That was like 10.
It was not 10 o'clock. I remember. It was 9 o'clock. But I texted you at 8. It was 9 o'clock.
How
I
the fuck
remember.
do you remember that shit?
Because it was so. You'll know why I remember.
No,
this.
it was
Okay.
like 10.
It was not 10
Like,
o'clock.
we hung out
Anyways.
for like an hour, and then like 10 is when I got the phone call. But anyway, go ahead.
So it was 9 o'clock. So I texted Kyle. I'm like, dude, I'm bored. Let's go for a bike ride. The weather's perfect. You know, like this is gonna be whatever. And he's like, oh man, I don't know. It's kind of late. Like my parents won't let me. I'm like, dude, come on. He's like, oh, well, they're asleep, so I think we should be good. I think we should be okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I ride my bike over. We live like down the street from
This
each
was
other.
this was when my dad goes to bed. Like contact, he goes to bed at like 8:30 because he has to get up at like 3 in the morning to go to work. And at this point, my mom's on the night shift, so she was at
asleep.
work.
Yeah. Okay, so she was at work.
Yeah.
So I ride my bike over to his house. Sure to be quiet. I text him. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm here. I kicked you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And kick messenger
Yeah.
back
Fucking
then.
kick.
And so he sneaks out of his house. He's really quiet. He walks over, grabs his bike from the side of his house, and we just start. We didn't even make it that far.
No, we got
made
to
it-
the fucking bridge.
We got to the bridge.
It's like 5 blocks
yeah, we
away.
rode our bike for like 5 minutes, if that.
Not
That's
even
that's
Yeah.
not far at all.
And he gets a phone call
from my fucking
his-
mother.
from your mother. I thought it was
Oh
your
wait, no,
dad.
my dad first, and then my mother called me. Okay, yeah, you right.
Yeah, and he was still. We stopped riding our bikes, and he just sat there and got yelled at by his parents because it was too late. I'm like,
The street lights were on,
The street
so
light-
I had to be home.
His parents are like 50. They're
I come from an older family, so it's like whatever they went through when they were kids, they pressed on to me. So you know, growing up, I got roasted by the rest of you fucks.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you gotta go home when the lights are on. It's like
he had to go home at like 7 o'clock every day.
It's like 7
all
o'clock. And
hang
I
out
was like,
until,
hey,
like,
dog, I
11
ain't trying to
at
get
night.
my ass
What about
beat.
like in the winter when it's like dark at 5 o'clock?
He went home at 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We,
That's fucked.
so you could expect us.
Unless
making
I was
fun of
at
you.
RJ's and I could be picked up by someone.
Wow.
Either
No,
someone
because they wouldn't
else's
even wanna pick
family
you up.
or them. Yeah, like either they didn't want to pick me
you
up
have
and
to
they
go
were
home with,
like,
like,
ask
Kyler.
one of your friends, or like if my brother was like feeling all right and like felt like driving, he would come and get me. But
So yeah, you got yelled at. We had to turn around at 9
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, we have younger parents.
and my dad, I swear to God, he was like, I heard the gate. I swear to you, the gate made no fucking noise.
It didn't.
Like at all. And like I'm on my way. I think he just like woke up conveniently at that time because like I had my door shut, the light was off, right? So like, and so like he probably figured, oh, you know, I'd be in bed asleep, right? But like apparently
So at
it was just
9
one. Nah, it was like 9,
Okay.
9:10, right? And
You said
appar-
9. You heard it.
and fuck you. I'm just going with this what you said earlier. So I don't feel like arguing. And I guess it was just one of the times where he felt like coming in to like annoy my ass while I'm trying to sleep. Because he does that sometimes. And I wasn't
Jesus.
there. I wasn't there. So he calls me. He's like, where the fuck are you? And I was like, I'm at the bridge. And Ambrosi was like, why the fuck are you out, right?
And his parents hated me for the next 2 years because I was a quote unquote bad influence because I wanted to ride my bike at 9 o'clock.
I have a similar experience with that.
And then my mom called me and she talked to me, and I went home, like blah blah, a bunch of other bullshit. So there's that. I was going somewhere with that. I forgot what I was going. Anyway, go on. Next story.
So Clay, you had a similar experience.
There was a period where my dad hated when I hung out with girls because this one
It's only
time,
meant for peeing.
Right, there's one
My dad
time
still hates when I hang out with girls.
that it was 8th grade actually. So we had known these guys in high school that lived like a block away from us. So it was I can't say people's names. There's 2 girls I was friends with at the time. They came to my house because they were at this guy's bonfire and they were gonna pick you up. And I'm like, okay. Well, they weren't gonna pick you up. They were just gonna walk there together. They were gonna come get me. They were gonna walk there. So they come to my house. I didn't tell my parents where I was going, so I'm going a fucking block away. I'm gonna be gone for like a half hour. Like it's not a big deal. Remember, I leave my house. All of a sudden, my dad, I'm already down the street. My dad like screams my name like down the street from my house, and I kind of like blew him off. Like, that's not really my dad. Like that's not really my dad. Because I don't know, when you're fucking 13 years old, and you're with these girls, like, oh, I don't want to think I'm fucking lame. So whatever. So I go to this bonfire. I'm there for like a half hour. I come back, and holy shit, it was like they thought that I got kidnapped, bro. Like they thought I jumped into a van. My mom said this to me. Like, we thought somebody pulled up and you just got into a random car. And like I literally walked down the street, dude. And they were just like yelling at me for like a half hour. And I was literally gone that's how long I was gone for, a half hour. And for like the next like 4 years of my life, whenever I mentioned I was going to someone's house that was a girl, my dad would like get pissed off about it. But oh, you're gonna let a couple girls influence you like that? They're a bad influence. They're gonna make you do this. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? I went to a bonfire for like a half hour. So maybe that's an underlying thing about me. Maybe that's that's why you can't. I'm afraid of my father. What he'll think.
Harry, what are you doing?
Probably try to check.
Why are you looking? I can tell you the time.
How long have we been streaming?
We've been streaming for 56 minutes. Do you have somewhere you have to be?
Being antsy, bro.
He's gotten up twice now to look at the time. Just ask.
I'm just checking.
Just ask.
Just checking.
Just ask.
No.
All right. Anyways.
Oh yeah, I remember where I was going with that story earlier.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker, he swears he heard the fence, but then 2 years later when my fucking bike was stolen, he didn't wake up and hear the fucking fence. My bike was in the yard, in the fenced yard. And it's like...
Maybe they didn't open the fence, dude.
They're gonna fucking hop the fence? That's even louder.
Maybe they didn't open the fence, dude. That's all I'm saying. They had an airlift. They had a helicopter come in and pick up the bike.
Yeah.
That bike was so shitty, too. Why would they steal it?
It wasn't that shitty.
That bike
it was shitty,
so
but like
shitty.
not that shitty.
Kyle, the pedal hit the frame every time you pedal.
Oh, yeah,
He'd be
no.
going...
Yeah, every rotation would go...
I fucking
Damn,
hated
that's
that bike. And it didn't have brakes.
No, it had brakes.
They were bad, though. You used your feet.
One brake wasn't good, and the other one was, and then like near the end of its lifespan, before it got stolen, I had to stop with my feet. I remember one time we were going to the we were going to the cafe. Yes. I almost died so many times on that
Holy
fucking
shit.
thing. I remember we were going to the cafe, me and him, and this bitch was going down fucking one of the side streets at like 45 miles an hour. Didn't plan on stopping at this fucking stop sign, but like slammed on the brakes as we were going because, you know, it's like they have a stop sign. We ain't got to fucking wait, right? And
that was our mentality.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
And it was like, if we die, we die. You know, it's like we didn't care. And it's like, if we survived, hey, free college later. But
Free college.
yeah,
Pay for my college.
exactly. And I remember they slammed on the brakes, and I'm like, oh shit! And I fucking like turned my bike.
This motherfucker.
Split second, I spun
bike.
around like a tree on my bike, like eight
Yeah.
rotations around this bitch
forgot
to stop. Because we were going that fast, and this motherfucker over here just like, nice stop. And I'm sitting here going, around the tree.
I was watching it. I was laughing. It's like, you get a new fucking bike, and then it got stolen. Yeah. And then he bought a new bike, and then he never used it.
Yeah, because then we got driver's license, or at least you did, and like you just always picked my ass up every time.
I still rode my bike. I don't anymore.
Like
I used
once
to
or twice because your bike was all rusty and shitty because you left it out in the
bad
rain.
Right now. Have you seen that thing? It's orange with rust.
It was white, or like
No, it's brown. You always said it was poop. It was shit colored.
oh yeah, it was a polished turd. That
Yep,
one.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, polished turd.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it last podcast. My Ross Europa. My
I had
best bike ever.
a cherry red Schwinn, dude. Oh,
Schwinn sucks.
That
We
boy
talked about
got nabbed from my backyard. It was
People
the
want
saddest-
Schwinns.
It was the saddest day of my life. I remember when I first got that bike, everybody in the neighborhood like thought I was the coolest like fucker ever. They're like, dude, can I have your bike,
People
bro?
just made fun of me from
Also, I also had a what was it? Those remember those
Especially me.
scooters that you'd press on the back and it would make sparks. I had one of those. Dude, people thought I was so fucking.
You were
cool.
the cool kid.
I had
What
clout
happened?
back then, man. I had all that cool
You
shit.
should show Perry your ways.
You know what's still Clay
I used to
still
roller
has
skate.
clout and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I
he just
know.
has it.
I don't know.
He's
I don't
just
know what
like
it
he
is.
sits there, chills, and he like occasionally puts some funny shit in a Snapchat story, and that's what
Dude,
like
and then they worship me, bro.
yeah.
They worship me.
No.
Yeah.
I don't-
But yeah, you still can't get no pussy.
Wow. Called us out. Wow. Is that where we're going to go with this?
Nah.
Holy shit.
No, I really can't. I really can't.
Kyle's gotten one girl, his
Yeah.
loving girlfriend.
My loving girlfriend.
Shut up.
Shout
Yeah.
out to his loving girlfriend.
Yeah, I love her very much. She feeds me well.
She does.
Yeah.
She haven't gained any weight. Look at
Huh?
this boy.
I know
Yeah,
he's
I
so
know.
thin.
I weigh 145. Like
Wow.
Wow, he weighs more than me.
yeah,
He's taller than you.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
But
just,
like
Short-ass
Perry's all
bitch, Perry.
muscle though too, which
Yeah.
is like I feel like Perry
Kyle's all
should weigh
fat.
more.
You see him?
I'm not all fat, but like
Jesus Christ.
fuck you.
Okay.
Anyway, I tried baby chicken fetus.
Oh, we're talking
today.
about this?
Yeah, about it.
Even though I told you not to on the
Fuck
podcast. All right.
She's Vietnamese.
To be fair, we've
right?
said some questionable things.
Yeah, already. Man, people should just die.
should die.
Yeah, fuck you.
Clay
It's a
kills
downward
kittens.
hill.
So, like, some context, she's Vietnamese. She's the first 10 years of her
That's
life, she
racist.
grew up and lived in Vietnam, right? So, like, all of these things were just, like, normal. Like, some of, like, just, like, the normal shit. So, it's, like, completely different than, you know, America, right? But, like, I wanted to try
Is
it.
it?
I wanted to try it. And, you know, I was willing to try it, so her parents bought some when they were out at the Asian Mart over on, like, 14 and some shit. And it wasn't that, it tasted exactly like chicken. I mean, I don't know what I expected it to taste like. It just tasted like chicken and eggs. And
I
it's
mean,
like,
wasn't it chicken?
yeah, it was
So,
baby chicken
yeah,
fetus.
Surprise there.
And it's like, it wasn't crunchy, because it wasn't the bigger ones. Like, the bigger ones, it's where it's more developed, but, like, it tastes better. But there's, like, crunchy bones in there. It's like, think of it like...
Oh, God.
Yeah, they told me to think of it like chips. Because, like...
Chips.
Yeah, like chips and like squishy chicken, right?
That's
for the
terrible.
bigger
Yeah,
ones.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, but like,
They said that so he would eat it. If I
Nah.
saw that, I would not eat it.
I tried one. I could only stomach one, to be honest with you, because like I was like, this is a fucking chicken fetus. Like I'm not used to this. Nuh-uh.
I only eat baby fetus.
I want to try the duck one. They didn't get the ducks,
Jesus Christ.
but like the chicken one, it wasn't bad. It tasted exactly like chicken. You would like cook like a full grown chicken, and it
I
was
don't
like
cook my chicken.
there was like water in
I
the
just
egg
bite his
too.
ass on the
That
floor.
like you know like it floats in, right? And like because it's boiled beforehand, it's like extra cooking, and then like the chicken like oozes into the water, so it's like chicken broth, and it just tastes like chicken broth. So you slurp that first, and then you just take a little spoon, put some like salt on there, and then just like scoop half a fetus and put it in your mouth and eat it. And
That's
then
terrible.
and then there's like
Let's move away from
then
this
there's
topic.
there's the yellow egg
never
yolk
Why are
in
you
felt
there.
still talking about
That's
this?
cooked.
Less
You can
hungry
eat
than I
that.
do right
No,
now.
I'm actually not.
I'm
I
actually like
reverted.
hungry again.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I can't wait for this
You
pho
gotta go out there
after
and, like-
this. Like, oh man, her mom
What?
made a big ass fucking pot of pho every
Oh.
because that's the favorite thing that like I like when her mom makes.
Well, yeah, they're Vietnamese,
It's
dude. That's their
so
specialty.
good.
I love pho.
Oh, it's so good,
Anyways, away from.
I've never had pho.
We really need to go get some then.
dude. It's so good, especially
It is really
homemade.
good.
Like, I can't go to a Vietnamese restaurant and eat pho anymore because it's like peasant pho. Like homemade is where it's at.
Peasant pho.
Yeah,
Peasant pho.
I can't think of the weirdest food I've tried. I don't.
I've never tried anything that
I've-
weird.
I've
eel.
tried-
I ate a
That's-
scorpion before.
I've tried the
pretty
chicken fetus, pig's blood, snail, and goat.
Okay,
since I
so
started dating
let's
her.
talk. Yeah, exactly. The time frame at which you've tried all these things is when you met
is,
her.
is over the course of like these 5
Perry,
months, right? And it's like,
you're picky.
and there's still so many other
Perry doesn't
things
even
that
eat
like
cheese,
I've yet
dude.
to try.
Yeah, Perry
That's
doesn't
about
like
all I
cheese.
don't eat though. So
That's not
Fucking
true.
pussy.
She's
No, that
introduced
is
me to
true.
What's wrong
culture.
with cheese, bro?
Yeah,
fuck cheese, bro. I can't eat it.
it's a
Bro, I
texture
love
thing.
cheese,
It's a
dude.
No,
texture
it's
thing
not.
for my
I'm
I
just
could
intolerant.
sit and eat like a
What the
fucking
fuck does that mean?
pound
You're
of
just
cheese.
intolerant of cheese.
You can't. When someone can't eat a food, they're intolerant to it.
I don't think that's how that works.
You ain't
Like it
lactose intolerant.
Yes, I fucking am.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Do you
Boy drinks coffee every day, dog.
What the fuck are you on?
Loads of milk in there.
Do you shit a lot after eating, like
He doesn't
drinking
poop.
milk
Okay, no, he doesn't
or eating
poop.
cheese?
That's another thing.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, well, then you're not lactose intolerant.
No, it's true, bro.
You're not
There's
lactose.
different
You're
forms of it.
actually
No,
retarded.
there's not.
Well,
We can't say that word on the
when
podcast.
y'all decide to
can't?
stop
Oh,
being
okay, I'm sorry.
I
ignorant,
said it last episode.
You-
Dude, I said even worse words, so no one caught it though, I don't think.
Maybe. Okay. Anyways, Perry's lactose intolerant.
yeah, y'all need to get educated.
Perry,
It's true.
you say the weirdest shit.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Deny.
Yeah, I know.
Perry's Richard Nixon.
I'm not.
You deny.
There's a lot of similarities between you and
You're very
our homeboy
scandalous,
Nixon.
huh?
Am I? No, I'm not.
He's not a crook, bro.
I'm not a crook.
No, bro.
I fucking love Futurama.
I was waiting for one of y'all.
I'm too sick to do this shit. I can't do impersonations.
I can't do it good, so I was
Clay
gonna
is the
try.
impersonation guy, so
I have my moments.
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
So you gonna show us your new haircut?
Not right now.
So speaking of whack ass older politicians, I was reading up on Ted Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's JFK's younger brother.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Because
sure.
JFK got
They had a
assassinated,
few.
obviously.
He did?
Shut
Dude,
up.
R.I.P. man. I had no idea.
I know. It was crazy. Big
Yeah.
news just happened.
Yeah, it's very
Robert
controversial.
Kennedy got assassinated.
Yeah.
And then Ted Kennedy fucking let somebody drown.
He let somebody drown. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like I did know that.
Did you? Yeah, I'm sure. I was reading about this on break at work, and pretty much I was just scrolling through my newsfeed and I saw like there's a movie being made about it. I like Chappaquiddick, I think it was like the name of the lake or something that
Okay.
this girl drowned in. And I don't know, it was like an assistant or somebody, like just some random girl that, you know, because girls back in the 70s really didn't have positions of power, so I don't think she was anything
What
up
the
there.
fuck did you just say?
Okay. I mean, yeah, exactly what I
Misogynistic.
yeah.
That's misogynistic.
I think she was a secretary, is my point. Back in the 70s. Clay, keep shaking your fucking head at me. Anyways,
Did he Bill Clinton?
no, he didn't.
No?
Allegedly. But they were at a lake party and he was getting drunk or whatever, and he was like gonna run for president in like the 72 presidential race or something like that. And so they were celebrating, and he got drunk. This girl got in his car with him, and they were driving, and he was drunk driving, and
He drove into the lake, didn't he?
he drove into the lake.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
The car hit the lake off of a bridge upside down. It landed upside down, and he got out, and she was still alive, and he just left.
Yep.
He just walked.
Yep, I
walked
don't know
home.
where I read that, but fuck.
Or he walked to a hotel room, and when they found her, they said she did not die in impact or from drowning. She died from suffocation. She had
Wow.
her head lodged in an air pocket, and she just
And he just
He just
fucking
left her
went
there.
home, just went to
Yeah.
the hotel.
left.
I was like, oh shit, bro. Like, sucks to be you, dog.
I ain't dying for your ass.
Right. And his excuse was like the lake was in high tide, and he like tried to go back for her but couldn't. The lake was in low
Why
tide.
the fuck wouldn't you call somebody?
Yeah, and he just walked. Like,
hey,
Probably because
police?
he thought he's
Police?
drunk and he was driving, so already he's gonna be convicted
Yeah, I
for
drove
that.
my car into a lake. Oh man,
I'm
it's really
drunk
gonna hurt my
as shit.
campaign.
You know.
Fuck,
so
that's
yeah,
so
and
fucked.
that's why he couldn't become president because he fucking technically killed
I
someone.
mean,
Yeah, that's.
if he's that
manslaughter.
irresponsible, I wouldn't want him as president.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what can you do? Voting doesn't work anyway.
What
Yeah,
are you
no.
doing?
Fucking electoral college bullshit. Let's not get into politics.
Speaking of busted cars, my car has officially been in the shop for a week today.
Oh, you have to tell us about.
All of you.
So
Yeah.
my car, I put it technically worked. It's a working vehicle, allegedly.
It dry heaves.
It dry heaves. It sounds
I-
like shit. It still
Yeah.
doesn't. They're trying to
My
fix
my
it.
exhaust is
Anyways,
getting worse.
So my car was running, but it was running really rough. And I'm like, I'm going to get this fixed. I have the money to get this fixed now. So last Friday after work, I took it to the shop. I'm like, I want it fixed. I want it to not dry heave anymore. That's what I put it in there for, to get rid of the dry heave. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be it. I'm finally having my fucking car back. Give it a couple days, you know, because they don't work on Sundays and they close early on Saturdays. I expected it back Monday or Tuesday of this week. And every day I'd call them for an update and to authorize which repairs I wanted so the cost didn't get super high. I had like a $500 limit. I'm like, okay, I'm going to call you every day and make sure what's going on. And so they started out with one thing, and then it became another thing, and every hose was broken, and all the sensors were fucked, and the timing chain is off by like one or two teeth, and like the distributor was fucked, and everything's fucked. And over the course of a week, I just got my mechanic. It was a new guy.
Okay.
So the guy I trust, he's like the second in command there, and he's really good. He knows his shit. And I always talk to him on the phone. He's like, "This is what's going on. This is what my guy's doing." Blah blah blah. He's running diagnostics. He ran diagnostics for a week because everything kept popping up. And eventually, I call my mechanic today. I'm like, "Hey, what's the update?" And just hear from my fucking. At this point, I'm like on my last strings with it. Like, this car is just so goddamn busted. And he's like, "Yeah, so, the guy who was working on your car, they work on commission, right? So he doesn't get paid for diagnostic work. He gets paid when parts are put in, and no parts have been put in. Like, one part's been put in. So for a week, he hasn't been getting paid for the work he's been doing on the car.
Oh, shit.
And the costs are just getting really high." And he was like, you know what? I'm fucking done with this car. I quit. He walked out because of my car, and I felt really bad.
You should feel proud about
So
that.
I
feel like, dude, my car is
Your
so
car-
fucked.
car is so bad that
A guy
mechanics
gave up his
quit
income.
because of how fucked my car is. Quit his job
Not only am I losing money, but other people are losing money because
of this
it
car.
is.
So now the second in command is working on my car, and I'm actually really happy about that because he, like I said, he knows his shit. I didn't know this other guy. I know every mechanic there, and this guy was new as fuck, so I'm not surprised he quit. But yeah, my car, I'm never gonna get it back. I've given up on it.
Might
It's
as
been
well,
a week, and
might
he
as well
said,
start looking for a new
I
one.
know.
huh?
My mechanic was like, "All right, so I'm gonna write down a list of all the tools I need. Probably get it back Monday." And this was today. I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna get it back Monday. There's no way." So
Oh yeah,
it does sound.
Everything.
It sounds better. Like, the dry heave is almost gone. He just thinks it's the timing belt now, the timing chain.
I mean, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'd like to see you have that car
Yeah, my
operational.
Celica's fucking.
I would like
awesome.
you to just have any kind of car that works.
I've got the
Didn't be a
Jeep.
piece of shit like your Geo blew up.
Do you really have the Jeep though?
I've had it for a week, so yeah.
So I mean, it's fucking mine.
It's mine now. Yeah, I had the Geo, which was that car blew up.
I'm
That
just
car
a
was
Geo.
so bad. Yeah, that
Impala
car
was my favorite car.
the Impala, and then I had So I bought the Geo. And I didn't buy the Geo. I got the Geo for free, quote unquote, and then we put $4,000 into it and it blew up. Awesome expense.
Man, I love the fucking clouds that formed in it.
Oh yeah,
You
dude,
know?
that car
Or,
had an ecosystem.
Yeah, or the fact that every time it rained,
Yep.
it was like it didn't have a fucking roof.
Yeah, it
got
would just
rained
get
on.
wet in the car.
Yeah.
That was cool too. And then I bought the Celica. It was my first official car.
With holes in the fucking
No,
back
it didn't.
window.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't have
Hole
any.
in the floor,
it didn't
too.
Have No, it didn't have any of those when I first bought it. That was over the course of when I owned it. Actually, it's not true. It's when Davey owned it. Name dropping, because he tore it apart and then didn't put it back together. Davey, I'm calling you out. But nonetheless,
We love Navy.
Fucking Davey.
Davey.
What the fuck?
but he got it running again, so I can't be mad at him. Yeah, so I bought my Celica. I had it for a month, and then my grandpa made me sell it because it was quote unquote a costly vehicle. I disagree.
You ended up spending more money on the Impala to fix it.
Exactly. So I sold the Celica, bought the Impala on my grandpa's recommendation. He listened to the first one. I don't know how much he listened to. We're already an hour and 12 minutes into this one, so I don't know if he'll hear this, but that car sucked.
I mean,
I hated it.
Didn't you want what? It was
I wanted I didn't want a Saturn Ion, but that was the car that was a stick shifter.
yeah,
I
it was a
wanted
stick
that.
shift, and it wasn't a crew car, so you wouldn't have to tote more than like one person.
Yeah,
around.
right. And it was a single owner with 105,000 miles. The Impala is giant. A boat had like 15 owners and also had 188,000 miles on it.
Wasn't it also in like car accidents beforehand? Too?
Yeah, that thing's so dented and busted up.
Yeah.
Anyways, I had that car for a year and I finally sold it, thanks to Clay's Mystery Girl, and I bought my Celica back in September of last year, and I've been using that. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah,
I love that car.
remember we kept it in our friend's yard, just fucking fixing that shit.
What, the Celica?
Yeah.
Whose yard did we keep it in? Oh,
know,
RJ's. Yeah. It was in RJ's yard for like a month.
Yeah, and we would just show up, and his dad was like, "Oh, you guys are here. All right, well, y'all are welcome anytime." And I was like, "All right,
That's really nice to us.
thank you, sir." And it's like, we try to fix it, and then there's a spider on it. You try to kill it, and just big ass oil
Yeah, I
stain
got
on the
oil
side of
stain
your
on the-
white
Stop.
car.
This is terrible.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that,
Okay.
and so can every viewer who's going to
What
listen to
about
this
this?
podcast.
That's worse.
No, I didn't
That's
hear that.
worse
Do it
one.
again.
Oh
Yeah,
that's
no, I
too
heard it.
much.
I heard it. Yeah, so we're at an hour and 13, so I'm going to cut off there because the boys are getting
The boys.
testy.
was getting
Testy.
antsy, bro.
Getting
Getting
antsy,
antsy.
so thank you for listening to episode 2 of GLTG.
Thank you.
And we will see
More
you
next week.
Next week. Probably without Kyle because he's super busy, so we'll see.
Are we gonna have a new guest
College
next
and
week?
work.
Or
I want to get Ken on here.
we might have a new guest
We
next
might
week.
have
and
a
things are gonna
combative-
get fucked.
A combative guest.
It's gonna be.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be bad.
The only thing I
So.
can say is try to get me for next week.
I'll try, but if we get
Try to work around
Ken
my work
on, if we
schedule.
get Ken on here, then I don't want to get more than 4 people. So
yeah, bitch.
I mean, damn, all right, I see.
we could
how
drop
it is.
somebody else, but it doesn't matter.
I mean,
anyways,
I won't talk as much if Ken's here because I don't like talking when Ken's here.
all right, say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Later. Peace.
All right.